Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. How are you doing today? It's your guy, DeMarcus here. This is the Beta Project here for your morning motivation. And today you're on you. You can find this on YouTube, and it is going to be humble and focused, all one word. Today is August 21st, and it's still a Disney edition this week. We're going to do the Disney week here. And today's video is Face It. And today's quote is, "Running from your problems is just adding another one to the list," by Tim Fargo. I think that's what it says. That's pretty simple, ladies and gentlemen. What Disney character are we talking about today, or what Disney movie? Here we go. Let's find out. Our main man, Simba. Did you get it? Did you catch the one? I hope you did. So let's go on to it. So we're talking about Simba, and we're talking about his little story. Simba actually spent most of his life running from his problems, and we think this is kind of uncommon because he'd rather go eat bugs and live in a paradise than to face what is actually going on. But in all reality, ladies and gentlemen, I think Simba's missing a lot. So we're going to talk about this. So how you doing? I hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing well for sure. All right, so let's get started. So let's go and get started. Let's see. Let's start out with the first video or first quotes. So here we go. So it says, "Running away from your problem only increases the distance from a solution." Ladies and gentlemen, the problem and solution are one and the same. And the only way to deal with them is you have to be in the same position, in the same spot the problem was created in. And so you must be there to create it or to fix it, right? So if you're going far away and you're running from it, you are only increasing the distance away from the solution. The easiest way to escape from a problem is to solve it. Simple as that. Simba had a problem. He had his dad situation he was dealing with, and to him, he was the cause of it. So he ran away so he wouldn't have to deal with that situation, which was great for Scar, bad for Simba. But in all reality, Simba never actually got to his greatness. He was having fun, he was playing around, he was doing all kinds of stuff to avoid having to deal with the situation. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is life. How many people do you know that are running away from their destiny, running away from everything that could possibly make them good? Simba could not become king until he returned back to deal with what he went through as a child. You get what I'm saying? Like, he had to come back and face his problems, his kingship, his royalty, his heritage, everything that was supposed to be his could not be his until he returned home and stopped running from his problems and faced it to fix it. And when you run from your problems, ladies and gentlemen, that leaves a hole. And when the hole's there, someone's going to fill it. And the person who filled it this time was Scar, who was not supposed to have leadership. He was not the one to lead. But things became bad because Simba decided to run. Now, we all understand why Simba ran. He was a kid. He thought he killed his pops. I get it. But running away from your problem does not solve the problem. It just creates more problems, okay? That's part number one. Let's see here. Nope. I guess we're going to go to the last one. You can't run away from everything. You can run away from everything, but you can't run away from your destiny. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to think about this. Simba had a situation that went down. He felt a little bit bad about it. He had a dip. It took everybody in his past that he was close to still to come back and bring him back, letting him know that we know that there's more to your life. Simba wanted to play games. He wanted to be easy. He wanted life to be simple. So he disappeared off into the forest and played with a warthog and a meerkat. Are you playing with warthogs and meerkats? That could be your friends who are out drinking all the time, partying all the time. And you're staying away from your blessings. Why? Because it's easier there. Timon and Pumbaa didn't ask anything of Simba. They didn't ask him about his past. They didn't ask him to step up and step forward to become a better man or a better lion. They didn't ask him any of these things. All they did is they said, "Hakuna Matata." It means no worries for the rest of your days. It means Simba says, and since Simba had a worry, it was much easier for him to go to a place that had no worries for the rest of his days. So are you disappearing away from your problems? What problems are you running away from and you're not facing it? Face it. Face it. See what I'm saying? The only way, and the reason that if you ever heard the expression face it, the reason they say face it is because your eyes are in your face and you must look at your problem. And that's how you address it. You can't address a problem that's behind you and you can't see it. So you must face your problems. Face your problems. Vision leads to solutions. Asking, well, how can I fix this, leads to solution. Ignoring the problem creates no solutions whatsoever. So ladies and gentlemen, here's what I want you to think about. You have problems. There's something going on. We run from our problems since we were kids. You don't even realize it, but a lot of the actions and a lot of the decisions you make today, a lot of the things you do today are based on what happened to you as a child and what you felt as a child and the thoughts that came and the situations that came and the way that you made you feel as a child. Let's do it. That means you're not actually running your show. That means inside of you there's a little prince or a little princess that's inside of you that's like 5 or 6 years old that's protecting themselves, and you're making decisions as a grown person based on the decisions that you had, based on the solutions that you could not handle as a child. You are running. You are not facing your situation. I didn't realize this until I went to my weekend in Denver for a conference called Psi, where I had to face my issues that were going on and realize how much of my life is actually dictated around the aspect of what happened to me as a child. I'm telling you right now, legend, you wouldn't believe what you are holding on to because of who you were as a child. Not feeling good enough, not feeling strong enough, not feeling heard, not feeling seen, feeling abandoned, feeling worthless. All those things, they create this bubble around you of protection. And your little prince or your little princess inside of you is actually out there acting right now in present times as a grown-up because of what happened as a kid. The same thing happened with baby Simba. He ran away and went and lived with a meerkat and a warthog. Why? Because it was easier for him. He didn't have to face his worries. But eventually, if he wanted to get his kingship, he wanted to be royalty, if he wanted to come back and be the greatest thing that since sliced bread that helps all the people in his town, in his city, in his everything the light touches is our kingdom. In his kingdom, he had to go back to get that. It wasn't where there was no pain. But he had to go where there was no pain because he didn't know how to deal with it as a little kid. And life will give you many situations you won't know how to deal with. And your little prince is going to hide and he's going to make decisions. But ladies and gentlemen, you got to face that. You got to realize that everything you need and everything you're supposed to be is where it's hard and difficult. If he would have faced, imagine how different Simba's life could have been if he would have faced that situation head on right off the jump. Been a whole different situation. So, ladies and gentlemen, I just need you to face your problems. You can run away from everything, but you can't run away from your destiny. Simba ran across, through to a whole nother place to where it was lush and green, and just to get away. He was willing to eat bugs and just sing all day, and but it doesn't mean that everything that was still there. So everything that he needed to face was still there. And as a matter of fact, not only was it still there, after time, it had gotten worse. So we need to address our problems. We need to face our problems now so they don't become worse on us. And as we become older, they don't fester. And then all of a sudden we got this problem that was bigger than it ever has been in the first place. You get what I'm saying? And now this problem that was our problem has now come and it is now spread to affect everybody. It affected the lions and the zebras. It affected the cobras and the antelope, and it affected elephants and all these things, hippos. It affected everybody. Why? Because Simba ran away from his problems. He ran away from his leadership. It was his job to step up, to say, hey, I will lead. It was his job, but he ran from it. So ladies and gentlemen, stop running from your problems. They say the grass looks greener on the other side. That's, yeah, because the grass might be fake. Or it might be that they water it. I'm just saying. Are you watering your grass, or you just want to run to somebody else's grass and then eat, chill out there? But the problem is they're doing the work to make their grass green. And I need you to do the same. And the reason I'm not showing a video today is because, real talk, Facebook wanted to block me because I showed that clip of Elsa singing Let It Go as she was creating. So I can't show you a video of Simba running and all of a sudden he gets to a place that's safe and then he starts growing up. I can't show you all that. But you understand, you've seen the movie, you get how it goes. So don't run from your problems. Stay there. Get them. Go after them. You have running away creates nothing. It just increases the distance from the solution. And the solution and the problem are one and the same. They're in the same place. Two sides of the same coin. You must address the problem to get the solution. You must turn the coin from heads to tails. They're in the same coin. And that's all I have for you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. I hope you got something from today. Don't run from your problems. Step up, step forward. You're more powerful than you even realize. But you have to address your problems if you want what's meant for you. The world has got something for you. But if you're going to run from your problems because it seems too hard, or because you have excuses of why, or whatever you have, then you will never be able to get what's yours. And you will die not having what is yours, and it will be given to someone else. And that's all I have for you, ladies and gentlemen. I believe and I love in each and every single one of you. So let's go ahead. Hey, Hakuna Matata is great, but Hakuna Matata after you solve your problems.